Hello, everybody on the internet who's currently out there watching this video and listening to me rant about this stuff. My name is KirbyFire25, and today I'm going to be ranking every Black Ops 2 Zombies map from worst to best. I'm going to include the DLCs here. And before you say it, yes, I know this has been done a million times, by a lot better, by a lot better. And I know I kind of did this on my podcast recently, but since I'm kind of on a streak and have been on a streak of just one-off trying a bunch of different types of videos with a bunch of different types of editing because I'm trying to be solidifying my role as a variety YouTuber and because I want to, you. Just note that this is my personal list and I am going to make it my personal list, so whether I like the maps or not, and my particular gripes will be taken into account, but if I hate a map, then that alone is not going to put it in the bottom of this list, even though conveniently, after looking at it from both a biased and non-biased position, the two maps that I genuinely don't like are near the bottom conveniently anyway, but I promise you that it is not because I just don't like the maps. I've looked at it, like I said, from a biased and unbiased position, and they just landed like this. There probably is one at the bottom that you are going to rip my head off for, and there's probably one near the top you're going to rip my head off for, but I'm pretty sure it'd be the exact same way if it happened to you, so deal with it. At number 10, we are going to have Farm. This is the first map on this list I genuinely don't like, but like I said before, I am not using that as guidance for my ranking. I have a bunch of gripes about this map, but I'll keep it down to a few. Number one is that it is way too dark, even for a zombies map. I realized it was like that in Transit too, and it's not that much better here. Number two is that there's no pack punch, which is always worse, but in this particular instance, that's less of a gripe than the brightness. Number three is that for some reason, if you get a teddy bear on this map, which you can do, the box will just fucking leave forever. That shouldn't even be a thing, but I swear to God, I have played Transit solo and I've gotten the teddy bear in the box and it just fucking leaves. It completely vanishes the map and you cannot use it again for the rest of the game. Number four is just the atmosphere. Besides the fact that they straight up just copy-pasted it from Transit and gave it no special details other than the fact that they cut off the exit so you can't leave, I never really liked the farm feeling and thought it was just kind of meh. This might be your favorite survival map, and that is 100% cool, but I never liked this map. And at number 4, we have Transit. Now, before you absolutely cut my head off and feed it to the wolves, just hear me out. This map is iconic. Of course it is. There's so many cancerous things about this map, though. Let's name a few. Ted not leaving when you want him to, or him leaving when you don't want him to. The bus as a whole feeling like a death trap instead of a safe place. The denizens being absolute bitches. The perks being incredibly spaced out, so it takes a fortnight for you to go get them. And yes, I mean fortnight is in the unit of time, not the game. The jet gun being possibly the worst wonder weapon ever created by Treyarch. The lava just being stupid and making you avoid it. And the characters saying some dumbass one-liner after legit everything you do or say. I realize the list goes on, but that's just a few that I hate. And before y'all say it, yes, I know the lava isn't that big of an issue and you can just jump over most of it, and there are some people I know who can even run across the lava instead of taking the bus, which is why it's not that big of a gripe, but still, it's an annoyance and it makes you slightly change the way you play, so yeah. And at number 8, we have the Green Depot Survival. Yes, this also is just a chunk of Transit, and yes, it is incredibly difficult, but that is the point. It's supposed to be hard, the game even lists it as such. This isn't much better than Transit, and the lava is still present, but at least the majority of the issues aren't here, and it's basic. But it's also because it's basic that it gets so low. At number 7, we have Buried. I will not lie to you guys, I do not like this map as much now as I did before, especially because I play it a lot now, but again, that's not really that crucial to this ranking. If we look at it from this way, Buried is way bigger than the last few I've named, and does have a lot more to do and a lot more features. But it's such an annoying map because of a few select things. Like, this is one of the maps where the annoyances are seemingly the most prominent. First, you have to free Leroy, then give him 30 million bottles of 120 proof alcohol to get any progress whatsoever. While not necessary, you have to lock the box to prevent it from moving, which requires Leroy. You have to break open the witch's hut to get to Pack-a-Punch, which requires Leroy, and you have to break open the church to get Vulture Aid, which requires Leroy. Like, seriously, every single fucking thing in this goddamn map requires Leroy. And not even counting that, every perk feels thrown in just for decor or decoration, whether it be for location's sake or the fact that stamina, of all perks, is in the weirdest spot. The Witch's Hut allows you to get every perk on the map, and Misty's there, which is always a win, but shit is it a slog to play to fruition. Oh, and did I mention the banking system is fucking broken? Like, any system that allows a player to get thousands and thousands of dollars on round one should honestly be outlawed since it is borderline game breaking. Coming in at number 6, hot and ready, we have Town. This map is the perfect way to copy paste a section from Transit. None of the issues except for the lava, which isn't even that much of a problem. Sure, you could die pack-punching a gun by accident, which I've done before, but it's still not that bad to be honest. It's the good kind of simple and has 6 perks to choose from. I think it has way too many barriers, and I don't like where they put Jug, on top of the fact that there's almost nothing to do beyond getting your perks and 2 solid guns, but it's a nice survival map, and it's good for what it is. And coming around smack dab in the middle of the list is number 5 with Mob of the Dead. I get a feeling this ranking will also get me murdered in the comments, but again, just listen. It's a fun-ass map, and I love a lot of the features. The atmosphere is great for what it was, but what places it's here is its gripes. Spoiler, it's mainly just the Warden being a bitch. Let's start with the size of the map. This is a rare case where how big the map is feels like a downfall, especially with grabbing everything from the perks to the Hell's Retriever. It is a commitment every time you load this up. Number 2 is the Warden himself. He isn't hard, but he's annoying as hell. Seriously. Why is it $2 grand to open whatever he locks? Fucking shit. Number 3 would have to be the Afterlife. It is indeed a cool-ass mechanic and it's used in nice ways, but the fact that it's required to do a lot of stuff and get any progress whatsoever is a little bit annoying, and the fact that you have to utilize it a decent number of times, including a few of the plane parts, which is on another gripe entirely. I would much rather run Witch Hut runs on Buried than grab every plane part one by one, might I add, and drag them all the way up to the Infirmary, which needs to be unlocked with Afterlife. Overall, it's a fun map, but it comes with a lot of problems. Also, before you say it, I realize this map has the Blunder/Acid Gat and the Sweeper, which, yes, is great, but cool. Number 4, we have Die Rise. This map could easily be at the bottom of your list depending on how much you hate or love vertically based challenges. But me, I don't mind them, so here we are. It's not the greatest map. Sure, all the jumps you have to make can be stupid when you factor in the constant insta-death scenarios. The jumping jacks are absolutely fucking stupid. The elevators can be a pain. But let's entertain that. You are literally riding elevator roofs up and down to maneuver. Besides the fact that that's cool, it has the best wall buys of any zombie map in this game and has no area of the map that feels stale. The Upside Down atmosphere is a weird but cool feeling, and I'm growing on it the more I play it, which is more that can be said for, I don't know, Buried. And smack at number 3 is Origins. I will not lie to you. I debated about making this number 1, but I think the gripes here are more prominent than my number 1. So let's go through the positives first. It has a beautiful atmosphere and an amazing backstory to go with it. A shit ton of cool aspects here and there, and come on, giant Nazi robots. But now to the negatives. Let's see, Samantha constantly nagging in your ear, way too much space, doing the generators as a slog. The weird generator guys are... The weird generator guys are far more annoying than the zombies. The amount of effort required to unlock Pack-a-Punch almost makes it not worth it. The stabs are way too strong and the parts are way too annoying to get and combine, and the fact that I have died more times from trying to find out where the robots are and getting swiped while I wasn't paying attention than by the actual zombies. Overall, I love this map, but it can also be annoying like every other map, and usually is. And my controversial number 1 pick is going to be Nuketown. I may be a little biased, yes, but this map is still fucking amazing. The atmosphere is phenomenal, the perfect size for a survival zombies map. There's not too many spots where you can get stuck stupidly, even though I will admit there are some. It has a nice difficulty spot, where it's not too hard and not too easy. It has a nice even spike to where it doesn't feel out of nowhere, and you're guaranteed to have a good time. It's not without its flaws, I will say. The random aspect of the perks can be a good or bad thing depending on what you get, but I would actually argue it keeps the map fresh, and it lets you know how good the game will go right off the bat. And if you're doing solo runs, revive spawns right away guaranteed, which makes it even better than it already is. Plus, the characters are annoying as hell, and both the CIA and hazmat suits are a massive plus. And to credit my earlier point about knowing what game you're going to get right off the bat, what I mean by that is you'll know if it's going to be a really tough game to go through or a really easy game to go through, because if you get Juggernog on round 3, that'd be sick. But you also could get Juggernog on round 25, so I can see why people might not like it. You also can decide how your game's going to go a little bit when you get your perk. Does Double Tap drop right away? Good, so you can get anything. You have Jug? You can probably get some point getting guns and go forward that way, and if you get Speed Cola, you can be a Juggernaut who has 2 LMGs. So, yeah. Whew, okay, well, I am now going to end this video and go lock my doors, because I guarantee you there are at least a few people who are currently pitchfork storming to my house to stab me in the heart, but yeah, whether you agreed or not, be sure to leave a like, comment, and subscribe on your way out the door with your pitchfork, and Yeah, if you do that, maybe I'll let you stab me. Until then, I'll see you next time. Bye-bye!